COP30 matters because climate change is already forcing people to move. More than 20 million people every year are displaced by extreme weather events. We do not know exactly how many people are displaced because of slow onset changes, drought, sea level rise, land degradation. But how we are going, how we are moving, this could push millions of people to move in the coming decades. And the losses are immense: livelihood, farmland, homes, and also non-economic losses like culture, belonging, education, health, and increased risk of violence. Especially women are affected. Climate change is a threat multiplier that worsens conflict and deepens humanitarian crisis. So COP30 is important because the decisions made there will be shape how we protect people facing these realities. So climate change rarely acts alone. It adds pressure to situations where people already struggle with insecurity, with conflict, or lack of opportunity. So most people want to stay. This is really true. But when land no longer produces food or water sources disappear and conflict increase, movement becomes a necessity. And these are everyday realities, not dramatic stories. They help us to understand why mobility must be part of climate policy. Faith-based organizations work very closely with communities. We provide practical support, information, and trusted space for people who must move. We also help to ensure their dignity and rights are respected, whether they stay, they move locally, or they cross borders. And at COP30, we bring these voices of affected people into discussions where they are often not included. Climate justice means recognizing that those most affected by climate impacts often contributed least to the problem. At COP30, we need concrete steps: funding for loss and damages, funding for adaptation measures that people can stay, and also the recognition of climate displaced mobility and policies that protect rights and safety. And this is about responsibility and practical solutions, not abstract declarations. At COP30, my work focuses on bringing real experiences into the negotiations. So we work with networks. In my daily work, for example, in Europe, I meet people who arrive after difficult journeys and who explain how climate impacts interact with conflicts. For example, droughts, water scarcity, loss of livelihood, all that influence their decision to move. And these stories show how climate change interacts with other pressures and why it must be taken seriously in global policy. And these experiences are shared also by the colleagues and our networks worldwide. We have the same situation in Latin America, in Asia, the Pacific, and in all East and West Africa. And within ACT Alliance, we turn these insights into analysis and recommendations. Our goal is to ensure that climate-related mobility is recognized, that rights are protected, and that those most affected are part of the political conversation. And so in short, we work to make climate policy reflect lived experiences, not just numbers or models. Why? Because we want that people are able to stay if they want, in dignity and under the protection of their human rights, but also to move if it's necessary and fulfilling their human rights.